Alright, in this question, I'm actually going to break it up into two. In this first question, I'm just going to deal with adding and subtracting fractions, and in the next one, I'll look at multiplying fractions. So the first thing we always need to do is convert, well, I like to convert the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So what I need to do is I need to take the denominator times the whole number and then add the numerator. So the first fraction is just going to be 5 times 4, which is 20. So it's going to be, let me get the pen, it's going to become 24 over 5. The second one's going to be the 4 times the 2, which is 8. 8 plus 3 is going to be 11 over 4. And then we've got minus 5 over 2. So the next step, we need to look at the denominators, so the 5, the 4, and the 2, and we need to identify the lowest common denominator. And I usually just like to write that out on the side just so I know what it is. So the LCD in this case is going to be 20, and hopefully that's not too hard to work out. 5 times 4 is 20, 4 times 5 is 20, and 2 times 10 is 20. That's the lowest common denominator that we can find, and we then need to go about multiplying each denominator to get to that LCD. So it's going to be as follows, and we have to make sure we do the same thing to the top. So we have the following. So the first fraction, 24 times 4, that's going to become 96. So it's going to be 96 over 24. And the next one, 11 times 5 is 55 over, I don't know why I wrote 24, sorry about that. 5 times 4 is not 24, it's 20. So that should be 20, and then 55 over 20, and minus 50 over 20. And then our final answer is then going to be, we usually like to work from left to right, so I'm just going to add the 96 plus the 55, which is going to be 151. 151 minus 50 is going to be 101, so our final answer is going to be 101 over 20, and we're done. Alright, so in this next question, a whole new skill has to come out when we're dealing with multiplying fractions. So I want us to, in terms of order of operation, we really need to focus on this part of the question first, because its multiplication comes before addition. So we're actually going to deal with that solely first. One of the things we need to sort of be aware of is that there's a whole number there, and whenever we're multiplying fractions, it's nice to always be thinking of numbers in terms of fractions. So that 9, which is a whole number, it's good to put a little 1 underneath it, just so that you're aware of its numerator and denominator. And now the fairly tricky skill is the cross-cancelling that has to now occur. So there's any way in which you can do it. You just, there's no set order to doing it, but we've got to just cancel across the numerator and denominator for all 3 of these fractions as much as possible. So I'm just going to go in the order that I see it. The first thing I spotted is, 3 you can divide by 3 and you're left with 1, and 9 you can divide by 3 and you're going to be left with 3. Then the 2 at the top in the middle, you can divide that by 2, and you can divide 6 by 2, and you're going to be left with 3. And that's all the cross-cancelling that we can do. No, it's not. Because now out of those 3's that we have left, we can divide 3 by 3 and we're left with 1, and we can divide the other 3 up on the numerator over there by 3 and we're left with 1. So all, in fact, we're going to have left at the moment, if you see what's left, I'm just going to write this out, is we're going to have 2 and a third plus, and we have a 4 times 1, which is 4 on the numerator, and at the bottom we've just got 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1, so we've actually just got 4 over 1. And then, same as before, I like to convert the mixed numbers into improper fractions, so I've got to take the 3 times 2 plus 1, which is 7 over 3, and we've got 4 over 1, and the LCD in this case is going to be 3, so that means that I just have to multiply. The first fraction will stay the same, the second one I'm going to have to multiply by 3, so I'm then going to be left with 7 over 3 plus 12 over 3, which is going to be equal to, I've run out of space, so I'm just going to write it on the right. 7 plus 12 is 19 over 3, and we're done.